Trojans. Both teams' starting lineups will take to the field. We'll introduce your starting 11, then we will pause for prayer, playing of our national anthem. First, for the Knights, from North Raleigh. Number 6, Andrew Austin. Number 3, Fred Siskiani. Number 21, Cameron Middleton. Number 23, Ty Naduro. Number 18, Thomas Bazemore. Number 8, Greg Kibitza. Number 15, Josh Lang. Number 10, Zach McMahon. Number 13, Aiden Novich. And in the goal, number 55, Justin Henry. The Knights are coached by Ed Pinney. Now for the starting lineup for the Trojans from Wesleyan Christian Academy. Number 2, Riley Hurst. Number 4, Riley Parks. Number 5, Chase McGee. Number 7, Caleb Thompson. Number 9, Jacob Wood. Number 10, Boris Cerniak. Number 11, Michael Hess. Number 12, Connor Robbins. Number 22, Zach Anderson. Number 23, Luke Shaw. And in the goal tonight for the Trojans, number 31, Chris Kelly. The Trojans are coached by Scott Reitnauer, Zach Durr, Ryan Farlow, and Reese McCormick. At this time, please rise and face the flag located next to the scoreboard.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to sunny High Point, North Carolina, where we're getting set for the 4A NCISAA state quarterfinals. On the road is North Raleigh Christian Academy, the Knights, taking on the three-time defending champions, Wesleyan Christian Academy. The Trojans come into this season quite the favorites. I was here exactly 1 year ago. My name's Zach Burley. Alongside me, my producer, director extraordinaire, Matt Wolf. We were here almost exactly 1 year ago for the quarterfinals as Wesleyan took on North Raleigh's crosstown rivals, Ravenscroft. They were successful in that encounter and were successful all the way on to the final where they defeated Rayburn Gap 3-0 for their third consecutive title. They're looking for a four-peat, for a sweep for this senior class, which is extensive and features widely in this starting lineup. No doubt this is going to be quite the task for North Raleigh, but it's something that is doable. About an hour and a half from Raleigh, the trip had to be made, and these two teams have quite a history against one another, dating back as far as I can tell to 2012. These two teams have played 9 times since 2012. Only once have North Raleigh won, but that was in the game that counted back in 2016. These two teams met in the 4A state finals, and on the day, North Raleigh was victorious 3-1 in overtime. Since then, things have not gone much their way. The only game that they have played since then was back in 2018 here in High Point. Wesleyan won 2-0. But remember, the last time these two guys played in the state finals or in the state playoffs, North Raleigh was victorious. All we await is the referee's whistle to get us underway. There it is. And the quarterfinals have begun here in High Point. Of course, Wesleyan starting off with the ball, giving it immediately away to Siciani, and now Austin turning it over to the Trojans. Chris Kelly in between the sticks for the Trojans tonight. Finds Jacob Wood. Now Connor Robbins switches the field of play, but it's going to be a little too far for Michael Hess over on the far side. And the afternoon's first throw into the match goes the way of the Knights. Immediately in play here. Strong defending. Battling for it is Zach McMahon, unable to keep it in on the touchline over on the far side. Ball immediately in, down by the corner flag. Out of play by Aiden Paunovic. Opportunity now for a throw, deep in the attacking half. Man in open space. Lang closing down. The chipped ball out wide is too long. Siciani will try and shepherd it out. Cameron Middleton on the ground. And Siciani comes away with it. Andrew Austin, one of the two leading scorers, and it's a beautiful ball to get around his defender, Thompson. Eventually pushed off of the ball, though, by Boris Cernak. It was a good run by Andrew Austin. The defender was claiming that the ball had run out of play on this near side. Of course, Andrew Austin is under no impetus to stop running. He makes it all the way in the 18-yard box, but is eventually bodied off by Boris. First goal kick of the match for Chris Kelly. Be the netminder in this afternoon's match. Here's Michael Hess. Featured in that championship-winning team last year as a junior in his final high school year. Thompson. Ball deflected out. And a throw in for Jacob Wood. Here's Robbins cutting inside. Has space with Hess, goes down the middle. There to clear it away is Nanduro. Ball out wide with Norris. Picked up by the Knights. Bazemore. And now Austin. Return ball for Bazemore is a good one. There to send it down line and out for a throw. It's Caleb Thompson. Second throw in quick succession for Fred Siciani. As we tick down the first 3 minutes of play here in the first half, of course, still 0-0 in the state quarterfinals. Picking it up is Zach Anderson. Now Hess. Good work by Zach McMahon. Using his pace. Down by the corner flag. Last touched off of the defender. And the evening's first corner kick will be the way of the Knights, a set-piece opportunity. You can see Cameron Middleton streaming forward there. He's going to have the height advantage on just about everyone inside that 18-yard box. See what they can do from the corner. Whipped in ball right in the middle, and it's Andrew Austin. The away side take the lead. A beautifully whipped in ball to the front post. Andrew Austin rise above the rest to deposit his 6th goal of the season and start off with an unlikely scoreline 1-0 here just 4 minutes into the first half. North Raleigh have the lead in the quarterfinals. After beating Rabun Gap 3-0 in the final last year. Bit of a surprising result there. And we'll see whether or not this team really is up for a four-peat. Certainly have a lot of returning players from last year's very successful side. Here's Hess. Good interplay at the edge of the 18. Hacked away eventually through a combination of Bazemore. Kept in play over on the far side. Ball. Consistent possession here for the Trojans. A nice laid-off pass and a cracker from distance. Welcome back, viewers. Took a brief momentary pause as we had some technical difficulties. We welcome you back to High Point, North Carolina, where North Raleigh have just taken a 1-0 lead over the home side, Wesleyan Christian, the 3-time reigning state champions. It was a corner kick that came in over on this far side away to our left. It was headed in by Andrew Austin. Just about 4 minutes into this game, and the away side has a lead, albeit a slender one here in the beginning. Overall, it has been Wesleyan with a majority of the share possession as they continue to probe this North Raleigh back line to find any opportunities that they can. Hess, great work. Pass to the edge of the box, not quite controlled by Wood. Second chance for Robbins on his left. Through the lines, connects. The ball is sent away by Paunovic. McMahon. It'll be a push in the back from McMahon. Free kick taken quickly. There to clean up is Middleton. That ball misplaced into the feet of Bazemore. And there's Lang. Very impressive playing in front of that back four and a number 6 role just to sweep up in front of that defensive unit. He's played well in the times that he's been there. McMahon, the leading assister on this North Raleigh team, plays one up and behind for Austin. Kelly clears long. Settled by McMahon. Another push in the back, this time against North Raleigh. Caleb Pike. Taken quickly, straight up by Austin. Hacked away in the 18-yard box. They throw in the attacking third for the Knights. 2-6 on the season, 0-6 in conference. 6-game losing streak for the Knights, but looking to change their fate here in the postseason. All those records go away. Everyone restarts. It's all about the game right in front of you. Nice win by Lang. Austin looking to double his tally, but his cutback is just a little too close to that near post, and it whistles behind for a goal kick. 1-0 your score. Just over 6 minutes gone here in the first half. Substitution coming on is the freshman Jack Francis. Bazemore comes off. Francis has impressed, an assist on the year in his first season with the varsity team. Nodded along by Robbins. Siciliani closed down by 2, and perhaps some life into this attack for Parks and the Trojans. A great ball. Anderson now, a sliding challenge is perfectly executed by Panovich. Had to get that one just right, or he was going to either give away a goal or a penalty kick. On the challenge in from Anderson. Still, we sit at 1-0 to the away side. Throw in for the Trojans. Caleb Thompson. Hess, difficult ball to control. Panovich there again to clear that one off the legs of Chase McGee, and he has not put a foot wrong yet in this match. The sliding challenge on Anderson, then a well-executed clearance, managing to win a goal kick. Justin Henry, the senior, in between the sticks. Yet to keep a clean sheet this season. Gave up just 1 goal in the game versus Thales Academy. Gave up 2 in his last match versus Ravenscroft. Andrew Austin leaves a boot in there, catching the thigh of Robbins. Free kick just inside their own half, taken quickly. Looking for Hess. He's been the primary attacking outlet, and you can see across the street actually some fans have gathered watching through the intersection as Lang is there to clear away. Of course, as I mentioned, we were here just about a year ago. Things have changed, but really the most consistent thing, the most normal thing that could happen this year, I think, would be a state title for Wesleyan. 3 years in a row they've won it, looking for their 4th. In another year it's been topsy-turvy. That would be quite the usual, but North Raleigh are having something to say about that through the first 14 minutes of this match. Andrew Austin with the goal that separates these two sides. Greg Kubista, we haven't heard too much of him. He assisted the goal. Here's Austin again to get a deflected shot away on the cross on the ground from Kubista. Can't redirect it on frame, though, and Kelly watches it go harmlessly wide. Wood will come off alongside Parks, and they'll be replaced by some height up front. Double substitution. Jackson Kyle leading the line now. Nanduro's going to have to handle him, but it's Lang coming through. And now an opportunity here. 3-on-3, Lang recovering, trying to get it to the byline. A good cross, but there is Justin Henry. He has been solid thus far. Second save. Had to get that one just right. Just about 15 minutes gone. North Raleigh lead 1-0 over Wesleyan Christian. Referee blows for the foul. Caleb Pike, the guilty party. Wesleyan Christian still trying to unlock this back four. They've had some good-looking moves going forward, but nothing of substance yet outside of that shot from Anderson outside the box. They've looked dangerous, but have yet to show dominance in this match. Jackson Kyle leading the line may be able to provide something. Wood was not. Middleton. And plenty of time for Henry to pick up. As I mentioned, these two teams have played 9 times since 2012. North Raleigh have only won 9 of those encounters, but they did it when it counted back in 2016 in the state final, a 3-1 win in overtime. They actually lost the game here during the regular season that year, 4-2. Only played once since then, back in 2018, where they lost here in High Point 2-0. Throw in for the home side. Ethan Twitty. There's Panovich again, once again, making sure that absolutely nothing gets through to his goalkeeper. Lang takes his time and picks out a great pass into Greg Kubista. A deft touch around his defender, and Kubista carries on. Support with Austin and Pike. Good ball into Austin. Goes down while taking the shot. Referee not thinking about any action. 17 minutes gone in the first half. 1-0 to the away side, North Raleigh. Middleton wearing the captain's armband. Looking for Francis. Owen sent out. And the referee says it took a deflection off Francis on the way through. Middleton not too happy about it. I'm not entirely sure that it took a deflection, but it's not my opinion that matters. Siciani battling with Kyle, gets the better of him. Austin just gets a foot stuck on the ball, but the pass in behind by Luke Shaw, not quite where it wants to be. Don't confuse this Luke Shaw with the Luke Shaw for Manchester United, the English international. 21 into the opposite 21, Middleton. Senior defender with 2 goals on the season, wearing that captain's armband, is going to be crucial in marshalling that back line tonight against a very good attacking team. On goes the Trojans towards the end line. Can they keep it in play? It's all the way through to Anderson, and Henry with a miracle of a save off the inner thigh to keep his side with a clean sheet. Here's a shot from Robbins, but he shanks it wide. Well, in a positive look from the Trojans, their best of the game, Anderson having a right-footed redirect shot after the ball was kept in down by the end line over on the far side, and it's Henry with a reaction save using the inside of his left thigh to keep that one out of the back of the net. He and Panovich have made very few mistakes today as Wallens comes on as a substitute. Still we remain at 1-0. 21 minutes to go here in the first half at High Point. Ball on the ground for Kyle. There's Francis. He's taken over from Lang in front of that back four defending. Tussle on the edge of the 18-yard box as Will Walsh comes away with the foul. The Knights certainly in no hurry to get these balls back into play. Henry, whose actions tonight have been just as important as Andrew Austin's, got his 6th goal of the season. Robbins, his pass is misplaced, and there's Wallens. His first meaningful touches on the ball in this match. McMahon lets it right across his body, looking for Kubista, leading goal scorer for the Knights. There's McGee on the far side. Hess gets the better of Panovich that time. On the ground into McGee. Robbins. Jackson Kyle with some good hold-up play, but his touch is too heavy, and Andrew Austin sends that one to the moon. Shaw. Shaw unable to get a foot on that, and Will Walsh will have a throw. "20 minutes gone. North Raleigh 1-0 up on the road against the 3-time defending champions Wesleyan. They won in 2019 against Rabun Gap, 3-0. If you know anything about Rabun Gap, you'll know it's in Georgia. Very close to the North Carolina border, though, so they allow them to play in the state association in the Old North State. Back in 2018, they defeated North Raleigh's crosstown rivals Ravenscroft by a thin margin of just 2-1. 2017, they beat Cannon 3-0 and then lost to this team, North Raleigh, back in 2016. Score of 3-1 after overtime. .5 minutes remaining. In this first half, North Raleigh sitting on a 1-0 lead. Kubista battling with Wood. Kubista comes away with the better of it. Only momentarily. Cerniak. Can see the bench over on the far side for Wesleyan all on their feet. Teamwork is something that they pride themselves on. Of course, that's key to a championship team. The side actually comes out before every match to the sound of bagpipes in banks of two, holding each other's hands as they walk out onto the field. Real brotherhood amongst this team, something they've used to their advantage throughout their 17 state championships. Wallens down on the end line. Francis, offside flag comes up. Free kick for the home side. It has been a decade of success for the Trojans, 2010 to 2019. 10 Final Fours, one of each every year. 9 finals, 6 consecutive finals dating back to 2014. And in those 9 finals, 7 wins. So 7 of their 17 coming in the last decade. They're certainly hoping that the 20s can be as successful. They've certainly got the foundation for it here. But the only thing that matters is this game right now. And as it stands, North Raleigh have the lead. And pending another 56 minutes of play, will be advancing on to the state semifinals. Andrew Austin, the goal scorer and senior. 6 goals, 1 assist. The layoff from Francis. Tidy footwork, and here's the cross into Wallens. Tries the return chip and pulls it off. Sliding challenge, and Siciliani gets a boot in. Whistle comes in a little late. 16 minutes remaining. North Raleigh 1, Wesleyan Christian 0. No change in shape for either of the teams. Both still sticking the way they came out. Looks as though North Raleigh are in a 4-3-3. Wallens the most advanced of those attacking players. Wesleyan looking for Kyle, who gets around Nanduro. Here's a cross. That one's not going to trouble Henry. And now time for another substitution. It'll be Shaw sprinting off. Back into play by Henry. Wallens drawing the foul. Coming up and over the back. The defender there. Now an opportunity from the set piece. Sometimes Middleton takes these. He's going to elect to go forward to provide that height option. Interestingly, Kyle is remaining forward. It'll be the freshman Francis. It's a good ball. Looking for Middleton. The defender had to get that one just right. Kubista. Francis takes a boot. And now a counter-attacking opportunity, but it is wasted there. The long ball out is too long, and Henry can take his time. Kubista, Francis coming up. After those challenges, there was some boots left in. Definitely contact on Francis. He and Kubista hobbling a bit. Under 14 minutes remaining in the first half. 1-0 to the away side, and they have a double substitution over in the wings. Looks like Trey Ferguson is one of those. Perhaps Ross Steffens. Robbins under pressure from Siciliani. Austin, he's been the best player on the day for North Raleigh, followed closely behind by Henry. And here is that double substitution. It'll be Panovich off, getting a well-deserved break. And it will be Steffens who replaces him. Kubista assisted the goal for Austin, will be coming off, replaced by Trey Ferguson, the sophomore, with a goal and 2 assists to his name. And that will be a handball off the forearm of Nathan Wallens. Free kick taken quickly into Kyle. Fortuitous bounce off the torso of Robbins. And away by Walsh. Whistle is blown for an offside decision. We carry on. Foul called against North Raleigh. Challenge in by Siciliani. And a free kick in a dangerous area now. Looks as though Robbins is going to be the favorite to take this one. Body streaming forward from the home side. It was a set piece that brought the away side the lead. We'll see what the home side can do with a free kick here. Plenty of bodies inside that 18-yard box. Here it is from Robbins. Not good enough as it's nodded away by Siciliani. Ferguson. Shot from the top of the 18. The connection not quite what was needed. And once again, Henry watches that one go harmlessly up and over. Eleven and a half minutes remain. First half, state quarterfinals. North Raleigh up 1-0. That goal kick is probably the first mistake that Henry has made in this game. Down by the corner flag, left-footed service in. Siciliani away from danger, only momentarily. One back by Siciliani. Austin. Touched out of play. And a throw in for Middleton, or rather, Will Walsh. Off for Austin. Gets around one. Then another. Holding on past 3. Goes to ground. But Wesleyan get it clear. Looking for Kyle, and it's been that final pass that's left the Trojans a bit of disappointment. That time looking for Kyle, who they brought on for that height advantage, for that ability to play off the back line and hold up the ball. And that final pass into him has not been quite what's needed just yet, but they're honing in, you feel like. There's going to be chances. You just know there will be. So far, Justin Henry has been equal to them when they've come. Under 10 minutes to go in the first half. Andrew Austin's goal, the difference so far. Bit of a push there by McMahon. Free kick, and Wesleyan have not wasted their time on these. Good ball into Kyle. Turns the ball over to Ferguson. And a nice work there over on the far side by McMahon. Leaves one man in his dust. And the ball over the top did not have a runner. Chris Kelly picks up. Andrew Austin using his shins there, has a ball in for Wallens, and he'll find him if he can get there. It'll be just too far in front, though. And a solid chance And you've seen the bodies really are forward for Wesleyan. So there are opportunities through players like Austin to try and find space inside of those wing backs and those center backs as the sides look to get forward. And it's a line shift now from the home side looking to make a difference here with, I think, 6 substitutes off the bench. Coming in at around 8 minutes to go in the first half. Looking to overcome this 1-0 deficit. Here's Robbins. Opportunity on the break. Lofts one in. Henry is there again. Looking for the run of Wood over on this near side, who's come on as a substitute and assumed the right winger's position. He's going to be battling with Will Walsh. Pike is on as well. Austin. Plenty of space out wide. 2 players come together and Middleton gets the job done. Whistle comes in as Anderson goes down under the challenge of Siciliani, I believe. It might have been Austin, though. Bit of a soft foul, complain the away fans. Anderson laying it off for Parks. Ball into the edge of the 18. Siciliani there again. Middleton with the header and away by Nanduro. Robbins tees one up. Tees off of Nanduro. And here's Austin trying to relieve the pressure. Wood gets through 2. Crossing opportunity. Middleton does well, and the foul comes in. North Raleigh certainly won't complain. Middleton was getting the job done, though. Henry with a free kick inside his own 18 with just over 6.5 minutes remaining. Austin, one-on-one with his defender, is going to have to keep it in play. Well done by Austin, who was trying to find Ferguson at the far post. Kelly was there to snuff it out. Robbins. Francis there, losing out. Off the ankles of Walsh, and that will go off of Wesleyan last. On will come Bazemore. And he'll replace Francis, the freshman. Throw-in gets us back underway. Just about 5 minutes remaining. Parks. Away by Nanduro. And a free kick for the home side now. Hess having to get there just in time. Pike's not going to be able to get on the end of that one. Well worked along the back line, through the lines to Wood. Nanduro. Held up, and here's Hess, using the forearm to keep Steffens off of it. Nanduro and Bazemore combined to clear through McMahon. A nice spin, and here's a 4-on-4 opportunity. Out wide with Ferguson, stretching out the legs to get there. Can't get the better of the defender, though. Caleb Thompson. And that one's cleared long. Plenty of time for Justin Henry. 4 minutes now. Push from Ferguson. Reviewing this first half, North Raleigh can be jubilant with their performance. They've let in only 1 or 2 chances, only one of which was actually on target. Meanwhile, they've had 2 set pieces and have scored one, got the early lead, and have looked stable since. Chested down by Pike. Hess. Substitution, one for either side. Kubista coming in for Ferguson, who will take up on the right-hand side. So it's Pike leading the line with Austin on the left and Kubista on the right. That front three has already shown results so far in this match. Kubista to Austin, the matchup for the opening goal. Robbins unable to keep that in play. Under 3 minutes to go. Ball on the ground into the midfield with Parks. McMahon leaving it for Nanduro. An opportunity here perhaps for Parks. Dribbles all the way through, but there is Henry again, standing like a brick wall. Using his legs to make sure that one does not go through, and it's going to be a yellow card for Parks, who took the shot in there after Henry had already made the save, and the senior goalkeeper had to get that one just right. It was a lucky bounce that allowed Parks to even have the opportunity inside the 18, getting it away with his right foot, looking for the 5-hole shot on Henry. A strong showing from him today has kept the score at 1-0 in favor of the Knights. Hess chases that one down. Out of play for Stevens. Final 90 seconds of this first half. North Raleigh is looking to see things out to a 1-0 lead. Pike looking to pick up. He clips the heels of the defender Thompson. And that free kick is taken quickly into Robbins. The layoff for Anderson. Hess. Anderson once again, but there's McMahon. Kubista. There has been plenty of space in behind this midfield, which has given life to this North Raleigh side. That clearance had to be gotten just right, but once this midfield four, Ford Wesleyan gets forward, they leave a massive gap in between the midfield and the back four, and that's where North Raleigh have thrived. They've been sitting Austin and Kubista in between those lines, and that's given them plenty of space to operate with absolutely no pressure, so they can transfer from being on their own back foot to being on the attack seamlessly. That area has single-handedly given North Raleigh a path into this match. Here it is again. You can see the space in between the midfield and the defense. They are not closing down, and it'll allow someone like Austin to pick out passes such as these. Here's Caleb Pike down by the corner flag, guarded closely by McGee. The deflection goes his way, and here's Austin looking to finish on a high note. Final 10 seconds of this first half. That one goes off of, he says himself, referee says the other way. Either way, that will finish it. That's the first half done, and North Raleigh can feel very good about themselves. A goal in the opening 5 minutes for Andrew Austin off the corner feed from Greg Kubista means a 1-0 lead for the underdogs, the away side, North Raleigh. We will take a short 10-minute break and be right back here with action in High Point. Stick with us. Welcome back, viewers, to High Point, North Carolina, where we are at the 4A state quarterfinals between the Wesleyan Christian Academy Trojans and the visiting team North Raleigh Christian Academy Knights. We apologize in the first half. We had a bit of a connection issue early on in the first half where we lost a bit of the feed, but we are back. Anticipate no further issues. We thank you for joining us. My name is Zach Burley. Alongside me is my director, producer, technician, Matt Wolf, a.k.a. the Green Mountain State Guru. And we're glad to be with you here at this state playoff quarterfinal. 1-0 your score to the away side. 40 minutes down, 40 minutes to go. Here we are, a place in the semifinals on the line. North Raleigh coming on the road. Has these stirs of an upset through the first 40. But remember, the last time these two teams played in the playoffs, it was in a state championship game, and North Raleigh won 3-1. An upset is certainly on the cards in this year that has otherwise been rather tumultuous. Certainly in the sports world, as Hess will now cut in on his right foot. And now Robbins with a low drive. Wood at the far post, and this would be quite the start. It's deflected off the legs of Bazemore and behind for a corner kick. Second corner kick of the match for the home side, their first of the second half, as we are barely a minute into the second half when they're looking to strike almost as early as North Raleigh did in the first period of play. No Jackson Kyle on as of yet, but here comes the cross. It's an outswinger, knotted up an overhead kick, rather ambitious. The referee blows the whistle for offside. North Raleigh weather an early storm. Combination of Hess and Robbins doing the attacking play here on this near side. And it was the deflection there from Henry on the save that nearly let in Wood at the far post. Here's Siciliani cutting it back against Wood and winning the throw. Hess settles it. Will he have it himself? Cuts it past Nanduro. A good ball off for Robbins. And Henry cannot keep it out. The senior restores parity in this match. Henry, who has been nearly faultless on the night, finally cracks as Preston. Robbins there with the right-footed boot, trying to curl it in past the outstretched legs of Henry. And unfortunately for North Raleigh, we are level back at 1. Can certainly tell you that there was quite the halftime talk to be had. 3-time defending champions. These seniors are not going to want to go out on this note, I can assure you that. So fired up coming out of the break. They've made their intentions known by getting an early goal just about the same period that North Raleigh scored in the first. 3 minutes gone in the second half. 1-1, all tied up between Wesleyan and North Raleigh. Robbins is playing more of an advanced role in this second half, and that's paid off for the home side already. Connecting up with Hess on 2 occasions. He'll have another pop from distance, but that's not going to trouble Henry. The resistance is finally broken. That back line was showing no cracks in the first half, letting up just 2 shots on target. Great work by Austin, and if something good is going to happen for North Raleigh, it's likely going to come through him. Draws the foul. Good work. And now we have a real game on our hands here. Middleton, center back and captain. 5 men forward for the away side. Middleton will decide to go forward to offer that height advantage, and it'll be Greg Kubista, who already has an assist off of a set piece tonight, to take this one. The nerve starting to settle in for North Raleigh. What can they work from this set piece? It'll be a left-footed service to the edge of the 18. It's a good ball. Nodded away on the edge of the 6-yard box. Austin taking it in line, getting that cross in, but it's too close to Kelly. Now Hess and the Trojans will look to break. Hess can't keep that in play. Paunovic. There's Robbins. Little nutmeg on Paunovic. Wins a throw off of Nanduro. Robbins has been a handful for that back line since taking up that attacking spot. Kyle couldn't quite do the work in the first half. Kubista goes down. Lang hacks that one away. And a throw in for the Trojans. Thompson. All of the attacking impetus now on the Trojans. Certainly have a mandate to keep going forward and find a winner in this match. It'll be interesting to see how North Raleigh adapts now that we're back even. They only had 4 minutes in the first half where we were level. We'll see if they try and get the wingers out wide, whether they try and push plenty of bodies forward, or whether they just try and take their chances off the counterattacks and set pieces rather than risk giving up too many chances in behind. Here's McMahon going body to body there, and a whistle goes against Wesleyan. Interesting. Is Ethan Twitty there? Called for the foul. It'll be Kubista leaving it for Middleton. Takes it quickly before anyone can get set. Kelly. An attacking run in there from Austin at the far post. Rolled out. Sent long looking for Robbins. Nanduro chasing down. Well-connected pass, but Middleton is there. 33 minutes to go in this quarterfinal. 1-1 your score. Andrew Austin. Now Anderson. Goes off the forearm of Middleton, but no whistle. Hess tries the first-time pass. Doesn't come off for him. Ethan Twitty. Around Paunovic. Inside that 18. What can he do? A left-footed cross. Did that take a deflection? No, it did not. Goal kick. Justin Henry allows a goal early on in the second half. That will certainly not mar an otherwise spotless performance of the shots on target. Those have certainly favored Wesleyan, and the scoreline would look much different had it not been for his heroics in the first half. McMahon does find the ball at his feet, but he was offside when the ball left the feet of Andrew Austin. So we have a free kick that's taken quickly. 1-1, 32 minutes to go. Not quite cleared by Siciliani. Here's Henry on the back pass from Middleton. Chested down wonderfully by Fred Siciliani. Ball on the ground looking for Wood is cut out by Siciliani. First time ball. Can't find Austin. Ball out wide looking for Hess, and he does manage to keep it in play. Very well done, but he can't hold on to it. Lang keeps it off of Hess. Twitty. Options in front. Hess. Overlapping run. Underlapping, I should say, from Robbins. Centering ball. Anderson thought about the shot, but had his lane closed down. Here's Wood. Gets the return ball. Right-footed shot off the legs of Middleton. And now relieving the pressure is Kubista. Or rather, Austin. He's fouled. So with 31 minutes to go and a tie game, North Raleigh have a free kick. Whereas Wesleyan have decided to take their set pieces quickly, North Raleigh has elected to take theirs a bit more slowly, get men in position, then whip balls into dangerous areas, trying to get lucky off a set piece as they did earlier. It'll be Kelly, can't get there in time. No one at the far post that turned it on goal. Kelly came for it, but it was the defender Thompson there to head it away. Great work by Bazemore to slide in, and he'll win it back for his side. 30 minutes to go. 1-1 your score here in the state quarterfinals. Kubista, an opportunity off the mistake from Twitty. It's a good ball, and there's the shot from McMahon, and he just can't get the touch on it that he needed, and that was an opportunity that North Raleigh hopefully will not be regretting. North Raleigh outside of that goal from Austin haven't generated too many chances as Kubista will chase this one down on the end line, trying to win the corner kick. Referee says he does. Corner kick. First of the second half for the away side. Last time it was Kubista to Austin. Can they rework that magic and pull off a second set-piece goal? Left-footed in-swinger. Here it is, near post. Takes a bounce. Here comes Bazemore, trying to get it back out wide for Kubista, unable to do so. Twitty has an outlet pass with Hess, but it's cut out with Bazemore. And North Raleigh will reset through Lang. Looks in for Austin. It's a very good ball. Going up is McMahon. And away come the Trojans. Lang with a beautiful sliding challenge. Robbins up against Nanduro. Good hold-up play for Anderson. 29 minutes to go. Anderson off for Robbins. Out wide for Wood. A good step over to get around Siciliani. Has a right-footed shot. Takes a deflection. Anderson might just get one away here. Carries on. Has to be careful with those challenges inside the 18-yard box. Nanduro. Wood. Cross comes in. Takes a deflection. Corner kick. Second of the second half. 28.5 minutes to go. 1-1 your score. End-to-end action here in the last 3 minutes. North Raleigh showing they're not just here to sit in and hold on to this 1-1 scoreline. Plenty of bodies at the top of that 18-yard box. Here it is from Wood. Nodded away by Siciliani. Well, he lofted it back in on the ground to Hess. Opportunity for a shot. It's a great worked pass. And there's Henry with another excellent stop. A big right-handed glove to deny Hess from just about 12 yards out. And Henry, just one mistake on the afternoon, but otherwise he has been fantastic. Single-glovedly keeping the away side in this match. Twitty with the throw-in. 27.5 minutes to go. Hacked away by Pike. McMahon trying to bring it down. Always a difficult ball to get to. And Twitty will take it quickly. Brought down out of the air by Parks. Paunovic there to do the defending. Off of Parks last. Down by Twitty. Off of Kubista. A tangle of legs there between Nanduro. Robbins the guilty party. Henry. Nodded away. Siciliani getting the better of Anderson. Unable to connect with Pike. Middleton. Down by Shaw. Throw in for Austin. 26 minutes to go. 1-1 your score. Siciliani goes to ground. In for McMahon. Has support with Bazemore and Pike, but loses out. Here's Parks. Bazemore getting a very much needed touch. Nanduro Away by 20 and a throw in to relieve the pressure for North Raleigh. Nathan Wallens will come in to replace Caleb Pike. And we'll get back underway with a Panovich throw on this near side. 25.5 minutes to go. A goal from Austin in the first half to give North Raleigh the lead. And then a goal from Robbins early in the second to even things at 1. 20 holding up that ball under pressure. He gets the return from Robbins on his left. Good ball into Parks, who's on sides. That ball is still alive, but Nanduro makes sure that one's going to go out of play. Bounces all the way into the crowd. Twitty with a short throw into McGee. Down by Robbins. Anderson now against Siciliani. Carries on, right footer, straight at Henry, who can only tip it. And that's so unfortunate by Henry as the Trojans take a lead off a fortuitous tip. And it's a bit of luck that give Wesleyan the lead. The shot in from Anderson had plenty of sting on it, and as Anderson, or rather as Henry puts up the fingertips to try and bring it down, it just goes up and over into the back of the net, and now the home side have the lead. So unfortunate for Henry, who's been fantastic all in all this afternoon. Now, what can North Raleigh do? You can bet that Wesleyan are not going to sit on this lead. They're going to look to extend it. It's an uphill climb, certainly now for the away side. Middleton. Long ball looking for Wallens. Nodded directly up. Here's Kubista with the first time strike. Ambitious effort, but it's collected by Kelly. That really would have been some equalizer had Kubista made that contact a little more sweetly. We sit under 23 minutes remaining. 2-1 your score. 2 second half goals from North Raleigh, the difference. Middleton. Good ball, and nearly getting there was Austin. Here's McMahon. Skips past 1. Surrounded by 2 down by the corner flag. It's a good turn. Gets his cross away in a deflection for a corner kick. Second of the second half. 22 minutes remaining. Here's the cross to the near post again, met. You can see the tone has changed for Wesleyan, leaving just one man up, the rest to defend these set pieces. That's where North Raleigh is certainly dangerous. A shot from distance, that'll flash just wide, not troubling Kelly. Double substitution now, triple substitution, excuse me, for the home side. Back into play by Kelly. Along for Preston. Since he's taken up a more central role, things have looked better going forward. In the first half, he was playing more of a playmaker's role, as it will fall all the way through inside the 18-yard box. Lofted up high, difficult one to deal with. Down by Robbins, but sent away by Bazemore. But since Robbins has taken up a more central role, the attacking has looked a bit more positive. Kelly, long ball out. Brought down by Parks and allows Panovich to get in. Deflection will be a throw for North Raleigh. Halfway through the second half, just a quarter of this game remains. Bazemore. And now Siciliani against Anderson. Time for Middleton and Henry. Siciliani. Robbins. A beautiful laid-off pass. Panovich doing just enough. Out wide for Parks. Panovich there again. Great work by Parks. Right-footed down by the end line in a strong challenge for Nanduro. Sees that one out for a corner kick. Just over 19 minutes to go, 2-1. Three-time defending champions Wesleyan in the lead. Here comes the cross, middle of the box. Still bobbling around, players in for it. Not completely cleared, but Middleton does the rest of the work. Thompson. Bazemore, counterattacking opportunity as Thompson's caught out of position. Shoulder to shoulder, referee says that's a foul. And a yellow card will be dispensed as well, the second caution of the afternoon, both of which have gone against Wesleyan. 18:47 on the clock. And Justin Henry has come all the way forward to lob this one in. He's going to have to get this one just right so he's not caught out. But go big or go home. 18:47 is the exact time on the clock. We're stopped thanks to that yellow card. Set piece. What can they work? Here it is from Henry. It's a good-looking ball. Knotted down, bobbling around inside that 18. Middleton trying to get on the end of it. Rolls across and referee. Ball stays in play. It's Will Walsh. Cuts it past one. Can't connect with Austin. And here's Nanduro. 18 minutes to go. Nodded forward. Middleton back to his goalkeeper. Patience is the virtue here for North Raleigh. Not trying to rush things. There's still plenty of time for them to find an equalizing goal in this match. Here's Parks. Curling ball is sent away by Walsh. Straight up by Kubista and along by Bazemore. One back by the Trojans. Out of play and a throw for the home side. Solitary substitution for both sides as Panovich will come off. Ross Steffens will replace. That cross a little too overcooked and Henry will collect. Whiffed on that one by Twitty. Kubista and McMahon not on the same wavelength. One back by Nanduro, only momentarily. Here's Anderson, whose goal stands as the winner for the moment. Walsh getting a foot in. 16 minutes to go. 16 minutes for North Raleigh to find an equalizing goal. 16 minutes for Wesleyan to see out and advance to their 11th consecutive semifinal. Ball on the ground, trying to find Wallens. It's intercepted. Clipped along, and there's Nanduro. Had to get that one just right. Parks threads one into the 18-yard box. Nanduro again making up ground. Kept alive, though. Ross. Steffens having to get this one just right. The deflection takes the ball into the side netting. Third corner kick of this second half. 15 minutes remaining. Double substitution for the away side. A single substitution for the away side. It'll be Ferguson and Pike coming on. It looks like Hess will come on as well. So it'll be Parks down by the corner flag to take. Players lined up at the back stick for a right-footed in-swinger. Back post, nodded towards goal, but just off target. And so we remain at 2-1. Nodded down by Robbins, who has resumed the position in the center of midfield, relinquishing that top striker spot. That's a lovely strike. And getting just a fingertip on it is Henry again. Keeping the score at just 2-1 could be very different had he not come up with some crucial saves. Here's Haskett to get back in very quickly. Away by Walsh. Austin bringing it away for the away side. Touches it past Robbins, and that's got to be a yellow. That it is, the third caution of the match, all for the home side, as Robbins brings down Austin for another set-piece opportunity. North Raleigh's been trying to make the most of these. It's where they look the most dangerous. Will Middleton take it, or will he go forward? Six players on the edge of the 18 as we trickle down. 13:39 on the clock. Here it comes from Middleton. A good ball in, and it can only be parried. Pike! And it's saved on the line. An absolutely crucial save made right on the goal line as Pike nearly deposited for the tying goal at 2, and there is still life in this North Raleigh team. Caleb Pike. The Knights shaking things up here with 13 minutes to go. They're going to need to keep the pressure on. A long clear. Apologize for any technical difficulties. Just lost connection for just a moment, but you're back with me, Zach Burley, and Matt Wolf here in High Point, North Carolina for the North Carolina 4A state quarterfinals between Wayside North Raleigh Christian Academy and the three-time defending champions Wesleyan Christian. 2-1 your score, 2 second-half goals the difference as North Raleigh look to rewrite the script here late on. 11 minutes remain. As a good ball is played in behind, and this could just seal the fate. It's a chipped ball, and it will go into the side netting. The crowd thought it was in, but nearly sealing this match was Wesleyan. A chipped ball over the head of Henry, who had to come off of his line, being one-on-one with the attacker, and getting a bit lucky there as the Knights are certainly going to take this lifeline and run with it. Austin draws the foul. Just under 11 minutes to go. Time becoming exceedingly short. As the Knights look for the heroics wherever they can find it. Set pieces have been their friend, and they're going to lean on them as much as they can. It'll be Henry to take. Middleton electing to go forward. Final 10 minutes in High Point. One spot is available in the semifinals. Who will take it? Right now, it'll be Wesleyan. Do the Knights have something to say about that? Pike trying to redirect that one on frame. Goes behind for a goal kick. Substitutions will certainly make the pace of play in the final 10 minutes choppy. That will benefit the home side. The more time spent waiting for substitutions mean the less time that Raleigh will have to punish them. Headed along by Siciliani, Ferguson. And now Parks. Sliding challenge by Middleton is what's needed, and here's Austin turning the corner around his defender. He's the lone goal scorer for the away side. Nice footwork on the edge of the 18, a bit of a jersey tug. It's brought clear by Wesleyan. Robbins retakes his spot up at the central striker's position. He slips on that ball, and Nanduro brings it on for Bazemore. Austin, McMahon, a beautiful return ball. Andrew Austin. On the ground for Bazemore, cutting it around one. On the ground, looking for anyone who could get there. Siciliani. Parks. Walsh. And now Robbins holding this one up down by the corner flag. Rides all the way through, taking the deflection off of Walsh last for the fourth corner kick of the half. Can see the hands on the head there of Bazemore. Certainly been a foot race here as they've had to chase down possession quite often from Wesleyan. Those long, lung-busting runs certainly bring your endurance to the test. Here is a set piece. Middle of the box, an open header, and Henry can't keep it out. That could very well seal a spot in the semifinals for Wesleyan. It was a free header in the middle of the box. And certainly cannot fault Henry for that one. Got an outreached hand near it. But really it was the marking inside that 18-yard box that let him down. 3-1 the scoreline, and it just got a little bit more difficult for North Raleigh. So hopeful after just 4 minutes. They managed to get a goal on the road against the three-time defending champions. The first half, everything went their way. But starting off early in the second, things have very much not. They've looked good going forward. They're going to need 2 goals now just to send things to overtime. A tall order, but certainly not an impossible one. They have 7 minutes to do it. The clock now very much the friend of Wesleyan. Going to milk every second of every set piece and throw in, every substitution, to see their way through this match and into their 11th Final Four in their quest for their 4th consecutive state title. That would mean that the likes of Twitty, Wood, Hess, Robbins will have gone all 4 years of their high school careers and have won a state title in each. There is still a road for them to get there, including this game tonight, but certainly they are the odds-on favorites. What can North Raleigh say about that? It'll be Wallens coming on to replace Ferguson. Wesleyan make a double substitution of their own. Spoke about confidence earlier in this match, and certainly Wesleyan lacked some of it in that first half, but they found their swagger coming out of the break. Got the goals when they needed them, finished them when they had to, despite the best efforts of Henry. And now going to try and watch this 5.5 minutes out. The wind's taken out of North Raleigh's sails. Certainly. And these set pieces don't help. Five minutes to go in the quarterfinals. 3-1. The deficit for North Raleigh. Ball is whipped in into the roof of Henry's goal. Substitutions for both sides now. Bazemore off. It'll be Kubista on. .4:55 to go. Henry back into play. There was so many bodies forward. North Raleigh is going to be at risk on the counterattack. Kubista up against his opposite number 8, Twitty. And now Hess. Happy to play these balls backwards. That touch is a little too heavy. McMahon, Kubista, McMahon again has the ball in for Pike. Thompson is there. And he does just enough to bring this ball away. 4 minutes to go in this match. A 3-1 lead. Jackson Kyle now might just put the icing on this cake. Robbins closed down by Steffens. And there's a free kick with 4 minutes to go. Will they take this one quickly? Will they take their time? Out wide. Wood. Towards the byline. Tries the center one, but there's Henry. Outlet ball is too long for Pike. Sent back in by Twitty. Knotted backwards by Steffens. Henry not deceived. He'll cannon this one forward. 3.5 minutes now. McMahon. Free kick, the tug there by Twitty. And if the Knights are going to mount a comeback, it has to start now. 3 minutes to go. Ball into the box for Wallens. He nods it backwards. Chested down inside the box. Caleb Pike will have a shot. And that one flashes just wide, taking a deflection along the way through. 3 minutes to go in the quarterfinals. 2 goals to overcome for North Raleigh. Just about everyone's going to go forward. Only Nanduro, Steffens. No, Nanduro will go forward now. Just one man back defending, along with the goalkeeper for North Raleigh. Here it comes in from Kubista, left footer. Nanduro going up. The ball is in, but there is Kelly with the safe hands to very likely seal the deal with 2.5 minutes to go. Here's Michael Hess. Counterattack is on. Switching of the play, looking out wide for Wood. Now in for Kyle. The advantage is played. Jackson Kyle, sliding challenge from Middleton. The cutback along the inline goes off the foot. Or rather, does not, off of Kyle last. 2 minutes now. Substitution will take up some more time as the referee blows the whistle and brings the clock to a stop with 2 minutes and 5 seconds to go. Two goals in 120 seconds is what is needed. You can't rule it out. McMahon getting the better of his defender. Zach McMahon goes down. Referee says no free kick. I did not have a good look of whether or not he had his ankles clipped or whether he just got caught up under his own feet. McMahon certainly went down. No one was calling for the penalty, so very likely that he might have just caught his own legs. Still, with a minute and a half to go, 90 seconds separating Wesleyan from a semi-final berth. 7 titles in the last 10 years, 3 in the last 3. This senior class is looking to go for a clean sweep. The path to that will start here. North Raleigh, early in the first half, put up a goal of their own and put up quite the fight as Robbins will look to seal it. A left-footed shot past Henry, and that will do it. Wesleyan Christian, the dynasty team in North Carolina, will advance on past North Raleigh, the team that defeated them 4 years ago in the state championship, and advance on to their 11th consecutive Final Four. .45 seconds remain, but these are just a formality. North Raleigh with a performance they could hold their heads high. A senior class who, of course, are not going to have their final year go the way anyone imagined. A truncated season, a year that has been unusual to say the least. They're not going to get exactly the send-off that they wanted to, but they have put in a performance that they can be proud of, taking one of the best teams in the state all the way into the second half. The scoreline certainly not indicative of the entirety of the 80 minutes of play. They can go back on the bus ride back to the state's capital and feel good about what they've done here this afternoon. That will do it. 4-1 the final score. The 3-time defending state champions Wesleyan will go on to face their opponent to be determined in the semi-final. North Raleigh with the goal to take the early lead. The second half yields 4 goals for the home side to wrap things up. My name is Zach Burley. It's been a pleasure to bring you soccer throughout the rather unusual season that we've had. Matt Wolf as well alongside me. We thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you very soon